Is our uncle, is our daddy. No other person can you stand up to celebrate. And welcome on stage, Fela Durotoye.
Please, guys, we can do the scanning later. Please, we can do the scanning later. Thank you.
I'm sure somebody is excited to be in this room at this time. If we had only one way to measure how much impact today has had on your life, and the only way you could do it was to shout, and you intend to do nothing but just be truthful, that listening to speaker after speaker, you've been able to get something that sometimes you already know. I don't hammer already. This one I don't blow. I want you to please find a way to just encourage our brother, visionary behind the Golearn, with the kind of shout that only shows how much you have benefited from this thing. Are you ready? Paul, listen to how much people have benefited from Golearn and this Lagos Finance Conference 3.0. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that you have shouted to show him, can we encourage him and the team with a round of applause, maybe even a standing ovation, whatever it is that you can do to appreciate. The word appreciate has two meanings in English. The first meaning of the word appreciate is to express gratitude. I want you to understand something about gratitude, that gratitude is a feeling, is a state of mind. And gratitude is the feeling you get when you acknowledge that something good has happened to you. Anytime you feel like something good has happened to you, that feeling you have is called gratitude. But I want you to please understand, gratitude is a feeling, but appreciation is an act. So gratitude is a state of the heart, but appreciation is an act from the heart. So you can't say to somebody, I appreciated you, I just didn't show you. No. You can say, I felt gratitude, I was grateful, but I didn't show it. Because you cannot hide appreciation. Appreciation is always an action. Now please understand, every time you appreciate someone, the next meaning of the word appreciate kicks in. How many people have ever bought shares and the price what? Appreciated. Or you bought land and land appreciated. So the word appreciate in English not only means to express gratitude, but it also means to grow in value. What I found out is that every time you express gratitude for something, the capacity to produce that thing grows in value in your life. Now, I don't know how many people are able to pack a hall in this day and age full with 1,000+ young leaders, young billionaires. Maybe they should change this thing to YBC, Young Billionaires Conference. I don't know whether somebody understands what I'm saying. I don't know whether that was a revelation for Paul or somebody else is going to catch it and run with it. But what I'm trying to say is this, that every time you appreciate someone or the God that did that thing for that person, what you're appreciating appreciates in your life. So somebody here is going to appreciate Paul for Golearn, and because of the way you appreciate it, the grace to produce a greater than Golearn begins to happen in your life. Let me be clear. Nobody is able to perform without grace. Grace multiplies the power of God on your efforts, human efforts, so that ordinary effort becomes super ordinary or extraordinary results. So every time you see somebody that is doing amazing things, it's not because they are special. It's because they have special grace that is doing something for them. So in my own understanding, listen, every time I get the opportunity to applaud, whether it's a speaker, everybody knows I'm the first to jump up. I don't care whether the person is younger than me, whether the person looks up to me, whether the person is my age, whether the person is older. Why? Because whatever grace is powering them, I can add that grace to my own. Does somebody understand? So there's something called an appreciation account. Every time you appreciate somebody, you credit your account. Every time they appreciate you, they debit your account. Now, can somebody tell me whether it has happened before? That two people did the same thing and yet one person was more appreciated than the other. Have you seen it before? It's simply because one of them had credited his or her account much more than the other one. Do you understand? So every time you have an opportunity to appreciate somebody, it's an opportunity to credit your own appreciation account. So the day that somebody wants to appreciate you, you have enough balance to fund their appreciation. Because sometimes people want to appreciate you. They really want to give you a standing ovation. But unfortunately, your account balance is too low. So they will decide to give you a sitting ovation. But as they are trying to give you a sitting ovation, they check your balance spiritually. And they realize, I want to give him, but I can't seem to give him a sitting ovation. So we'll just give him a wave offering. But unfortunately, you don't have enough in your appreciation account because you have not been appreciating other people. So there's not enough for a wave. So they give you a thumbs up. But they really want to give you a thumbs up, but you don't have enough. So they say you do well. Or they even want to give you a you do well, but they realize you don't even have enough. They say you try. Or they want to even give you a you try. You don't have enough in your appreciation account. They say now so. Listen, they came from wanting to give you a standing ovation. But because you have not been appreciating other people, their intention could not find expression. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? There are some people want to appreciate them. They say, Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I'm going to ask you, take a look around. See the number of souls, heads, leaders, billionaires in one room because somebody had a vision. See the number of people wearing t-shirts on the team of one man because he has a vision. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. When your own vision is going to find expression, it's going to be because you find a way to appreciate this guy. As you are doing it, you are crediting your own appreciation account. It's your account you are crediting even though you are writing it. It's your account you are crediting even though you are writing it. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? Shay, are you ready for me? Give me a thumbs up. Are you ready? All right. Fantastic. Then you can please just appreciate the person that is seated next to you. That is another young billionaire. It's not young billionaire in the making, no. It's young billionaire in the showing. They have already made it. They are just not yet showed it. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? This is the time for you to connect. Listen to this, guys. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. When you come to a finance conference, what do you think that the person that came to that conference came to get? Keys that will unlock finance. So listen to me, please. The person seated next to you, if you are not careful, you might need a connector to connect them with the PA of that person. Tell them that I'm talking about you now. Just tell them. But today, you are sitting down free of charge with that person. You understand what I'm saying? Tell them, connect with me now. Take my autograph now. Before you have to see the PA of my EA, who will connect you with the essay to the PA of my EA. You understand what I'm saying? is free to see me now. Connect with me now. Tell them. Tell them, oh, this is not the days of my humble beginnings. You are on the path of greatness, not path to greatness. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Greatness is already in you. You are only unfolding it. You are not going to be great. You are already great. You were born great, except it was not God that gave you his breath. Everything creates according to his own kind. When God wanted to create the birds, he spoke to the skies. He said, let the skies be teeming with birds. When God wanted to create the fish, he spoke to the water. He said, let the waters be teeming with fish. When God wanted to when he wanted to create plants, he spoke to the ground. When God wanted to create you, he spoke to himself. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? There is nothing ordinary about you. Every ordinary thing you have done, you learned how to do it. You are naturally extraordinary. It is your nature. Success is not something you try to achieve. Do you know what you had to come to be able to be the one that was found in your mother's stomach? You have already been successful since before you were born. Tell the person next to you, I'm not ordinary. I am in the image of God. So don't take me for granted. It's a privilege and an honor to be seated beside me. Just as it is a privilege and an honor to be seated beside you. You understand what I'm saying? So give them a high five, a hug, whatever you are allowed to do is fine. All right? Okay. Thank you so much to the team. I want to celebrate all the speakers. And I particularly also want to appreciate the panelists who they were about to bring up. And I do ask for your forgiveness that it seems like there was a rotation in the agenda. I actually thought that I was going to be speaking at 2 o'clock. So when I acknowledged this or accepted this, I had a couple of other things that I had turned down and then some things I had shifted. So please forgive me if in any way I normally wait my turn, right? I don't know, but I was told my turn was at 2 o'clock, so that's why. All right. I particularly enjoyed Shola Adeshaki. Anybody did? Appreciate. Oh. She's not here. You don't need her to be here to appreciate her. You are crediting your account with what is producing the income in her life. She has a community. You may want to have a community. When you appreciate her, your community comes forth. That's how it works. Shola Adeshaki invited me last year to speak at the Smart Stewards Conference 9.0. And one of the things I said is anybody that can do anything for 9 years straight deserves a special applause. You understand what I'm saying? One of the people that I met at that conference was Mr. Paul Olubori, Coach Bori. And I want you to understand that the things you take away from conferences is more than knowledge. It's the opportunities to build relationships. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't walk past people in a conference. Greet them. Ask them, what's your name? Be interested in people. Because when you do that, you are building your network. One of the greatest things that can ever happen. If you're ever going to see somebody that has made a lot of money, it wasn't because of opportunity. It was because they had people who had the ability to translate that opportunity into profit, into transactions. Many people have opportunity, but few people have the people that can make it happen for them. One day, a friend of mine came to meet me, and he said to me, Fela, you remember I told you that we should go for a conference? I said, but I was busy. He said, okay, ma busy in bed. I told you we are going to make it in Lagos. I said, He said, yes. He said, guess what? I have Governor Fashola's number. I said, for real? He said, yes. I said, how did you do it? He said, when the governor finished and he was about to leave, I was on the thing I said, what just move me? I just said, Your Excellency. Say yes. Say, please, sir, can I have your contact? He said, and Governor Fashola just turned around, looked at one of his PAs and said, funny number me. Just like that. He said his hand was shaking when he was collecting the number. I said, fantastic. Wow. That's amazing. Then I asked him the only question that I had. I said, so did the governor collect your number? He said, Fela, oh, my wicked gone. I said, no, I was just asking whether you exchanged numbers or you collected number. You see, because every time you go and meet somebody and collect their number, what you have is a contact. You don't have a connect yet. Do you understand? You see, that you have somebody's number doesn't mean you have a connect with them. You want to know when when you have a connect with somebody? That person not only has your number, that person knows what solution you provide, so that on the day that a problem shows up, they will call you. So every time you introduce yourself knowing that your name is the address of the solution you carry. If people don't know what your name stands for, your name is a code, password. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? But today I want you to please help me appreciate two people that came with me to support me. First, the head of our media team and also the executive assistant, Mr. Sheyi Oyemade. Please appreciate him. And then there's another guy that just came. That guy, very special, especially in my own world. This guy, he's the third of three. He's not the last born, no. Because like me, he doesn't like being last born. Me too, I'm the third of three. But the guy is one of the greatest leaders that I have known for about 20 years. From when he was young, he showed every trait of a great leader. I am honored and humbled to have had the opportunity to nurture, mentor, and monitor him as he's been walking in his path of greatness. Please help me appreciate my son, my leader, Mr. Morola Oluwa Fela Durotoye. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's see whether we can move as quickly as possible. 6 and 9, first line. What do you see here? 6 and 9. That's the next slide now. 3. All right. Okay. What do you see? I don't understand. How many things are they looking at? So why did you say and? So which one is it? Okay, wait. Okay, let me ask. Who is wrong out of the two of them? Are they saying the same thing? But you said none of them is wrong. Okay, how is it possible that two people can have two different answers and you say both of them are right? So in reality, what is the question itself should not be who is wrong, it is what is wrong. Can anybody hazard a guess? What's wrong here? Why are they having arguments when they are both looking at the same thing and they are thinking differently and they are having an argument about it? What is wrong? The position. So are you saying that this guy is in the wrong position or this guy is in the wrong position? Which one of them? So none of them is in the wrong position. I said, what is wrong? But you said to me, position. Perspective. Okay. View. All right. Let me tell you what is wrong. What is wrong is that one person is not willing to give up their position to go to the other side and understand why the other one is saying what he's saying. That if any of them had been willing to just say, wait, I'm interested in knowing. Why are you saying 9? Instead of arguing about why I know it is 6. You see, most arguments you see is about two people who are trying to prove their points rather than learn the perspective of the other person. Every time you see an argument, it's usually a conversation between two fools. And I don't mean to insult them. I'm just saying that these are two people who are unwilling to learn. I always say to people, raise your point, not your voice. But before you raise your point, listen. There is a reason why God gave you 2 ears and 1 head. It is so that you can have both sides of a perspective. Listen to both sides before you take a decision. Your side is one side. But before you can say it is this and nothing else, listen first now. And when you're going to ask, please ask with a genuine humility of curiosity. Ask with the question of, let me understand. Not, what kind of rubbish are you talking about? That one too is a question, Abi. Are you listening to yourself? None of those kind of questions have curiosity in it. But when you want to listen to somebody, you ask, let me understand, how is it that you see this thing? The other one will say, now, I'm telling you. He said, can I come and see you? Why are you having an argument over the phone? When all you need to do is to say, let me come to your office. Let me come to your room. Let me meet you up in the department. Let's talk about this thing. Many times, listen to me, your understanding of another person's position does not invalidate your own. It just gives you a rounder, more robust perspective. Just in case you are wrong. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? So what you see here is actually what happened to me when 2 friends, one of them had called me to say, FD, please, we have to see you. What was interesting was that both of them went to this same school, Unilag. They graduated from this school. I met them when they were on campus. I came to speak in Unilag. And these 2 guys, they have been like 5 and 6, like they call them. The 2 of them, Koriko Sun, they all same department, same year, same room, same everything. They've always been together. They're like twins. Both of them graduated on the same day. Both of them did their youth corps at the same time. Both of them joined Guarantee Trust Bank for their youth corps. Started on the same day. But a few years later, one of them was not speaking to the other anymore. So one of them called me and said, FD, please, I think that you are the only one that can help us sort this matter. So I called both of them for a meeting. And the story goes, when they graduated and joined Guarantee Trust Bank at the end of their first year, when they both were confirmed, Guarantee Trust Bank gave both of them a car loan. One of them said, I'm going to buy my dream car. At that time, it was called Honda Accord Baby Boy. Anybody heard about Baby Boy those days? The other guy asked, let us go and buy a bus. The guy said, boss care. Say yes. Say, God forbid, me in this Lagos, then somebody will now come and chop my money. Then they'll be telling me that, area boys did this today, tire boss tomorrow. Said, go, I beg. I'm a banker. I will just face my banking. The other guy said to him, I have a cousin that I think can help. He said, please, don't let us go and carry wahala that is not our own and put on our head. We are too young for that. So the guy said, okay. So one of these guys bought the Honda Baby Boy. They were both living in the same flat in Bagada. So what they used to do, because they were both in the same branch, was that they would share the fuel money, share mechanics money, share, and then when they're going, one of them will drive to, and the other one will drive back. Next week, they will switch it. Another one, the other guy will drive to, and then you guys understand what I'm trying to say though. So they did everything together. Both of them started toasting the 2 girls together. Guess what? The girls were twins. Are you listening? For real, listen. But then what happened was that about 2 years or so into them being there, one of the guys decided that he was ready for marriage. The other guy looked at him and said, "Ma, waiting. We are just about 25 going on 26. What are you talking about? Where do you want to have the money for marriage?" Well, because he was already dating, he went, moved into a flat in Lekki. His friend now had the flat to himself in Bagada. But that was not the thing that pained his friend. It was that after the wedding, this guy now bought the newest Honda Accord at that time for his wife, who is the twin of this other, his best friend's girl. You guys understand it now. So by this time, this other girl is asking him, "I don't understand. What are you looking at? What are you waiting for? See what your friend, that the two of you are in this same room. You are in the same branch. You guys are on the same level in guarantee trust." So what happened? So he called his friend and said, "Guy, what is it that you are not showing me?" He said, "Well, you know, that bus that I bought 3 years ago has produced 4 buses. So it was from the money of the buses that he had been saving that he bought his wife the newest Honda at that time." The guy now said to him, "You are a wicked man." That was where the fight started. He said, "What do you mean I'm a wicked man?" He said, "So all the while that you and I, we were splitting, we were using my baby boy together. You were making money with boss." The guy said, "But I told you that we should invest in a bus." He said, "No, listen, don't tell me you told me. You are my best friend. Your job was to convince me." He said, "What more could I have done?" He said, "No, you are not a good person." So, cut the long story short, he broke the relationship with his friend and broke the relationship with his friend's wife's twin sister. True story. What do you think I should have advised them? Any idea? Because there are some things in Yoruba they say already. I told them that they both taught me something. And that thing is what I want to teach you today. It's called the lifestyle of the rich and poor. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? Are you sure you're happy? Or should I just leave it and just go? Somebody say with me, the lifestyle of the rich and the lifestyle of the poor. Let me start by teaching that, listen to me, please. Poverty is not the absence of money. Neither is it that the fact that you are broke does not mean you are rich. You are not rich. You can be rich and still be broke. And you can have money and be poor. Because there are people who won lotteries and within 3 years they had become in debt to the same amount of the lottery that they won. Meanwhile, that means that all the while that they had the money for the lottery, they were already poor. It was just that time was going to show it. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? You don't become a millionaire because you have $1 million in your account. You get $1 million in your account because you're a millionaire. Because you have the capacity to produce. Does somebody understand? There are people who receive breakthrough in their finances, but they have not yet received breakthrough in their mind. So ultimately, the finance that they got a breakthrough will soon experience a breakdown. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. The question I'm asking you to ask the person next to you is, are you rich or are you poor? You see, I can't tell how rich you are by looking at your purse. I can't tell how rich you are by looking at your bank balance. Because for all you know, one person may just not have money in their account at this moment because they just made an investment. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from now? And if I'm looking at how much you have in your bank balance as whether you are rich or poor, please understand you are misleading. Don't ever use bank balances. Don't ever use bank balances. It is the capacity to produce. Let me say one thing very quickly. I have found out now that poverty is wearing Prada. Oh, you didn't hear what I just said. Poverty has packaging now. Packaging. So I want to show you something called the lifestyle of the rich and the poor. The first thing I want to tell you is that poor people don't become poor in one day. They become poor because of a lifestyle, consistency of a way of behaving, a way of thinking, a way of acting, a way of connecting. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Sorry, am I still connecting at the back? Let me hear you at the back if you are connecting with me today. Fantastic. So the first thing that happens to the lifestyle of the poor is 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go. They value. Say it again. Poor people, whilst rich people So the question is, if poor people value assets more than liabilities, what is a liability and what is an asset? The first thing I want to share with you is that a liability, go to liabilities. A liability is anything that you own. Whether you were gifted, you inherited it, you bought it, they dashed you, it doesn't make a difference. Anything you own that takes money away from you and needs more money from you to maintain it. Whatever that thing is, no matter how nice it is a liability. The nature of a liability is not dependent on the thing itself. It's dependent on what the thing does for you. So let me give you an example. My car that I drive, is it an asset or a liability? Are you sure? But because of that car, I'm not entering bus, so I'm not going back. Is it still a liability? It is that car that I've been using, that I went to use to pick Tara from. Is it still a liability? It's still a liability. As long as it takes money away from me and it needs more money from me to maintain it, it's a liability. Are you with me? Somebody getting it? My clothes, my wristwatch, my shoes, are they liabilities or assets? Assets. Is it making money for you or is it taking money away from you? Somebody once said to me, see, it is the way you dress that will make people address you. I say it's true. It's just that it doesn't say that particular thing you are wearing. Please understand. Hear me. Your expression is a reflection of your impression. True. But I have come to find out that it is not the cost of your shoe that determines how far you are going. It is the shine in your shoe. There are certain places that the shine in your shoe will open doors. It doesn't mean that it's the most expensive shoe. It is not the price of your shirt that matters the most. It is the pressing of your shirt. The gator. That is what tells people how you view yourself. Listen to me. What happens to you whenever you have a beautiful gift that you want to give somebody? How do you wrap it? I'm sorry. Talk to me again. Am I still connected to Unilag? What happens when you have a beautiful gift you want to give? You package it well. But guess what? You know the gift that you are to an organization, to a customer. You know what it is that you carry, your ideas. But are you packaging yourself in a way that gets the people to know that this is a precious gift? Because sometimes many of us take it that we can package ourselves based on where we are. But you see, the illusion we have is that you think to yourself, I'm a student. And because I'm a student, please understand. Herbert Wigwe of blessed memory was in year 3 with another gentleman by the name of Kingsley. Hear me. One day, Kingsley was at this time the the chief financial officer for Platinum Bank. And I went to do some work for them. And Kingsley was saying to me, Fela, how I wish that I had met you earlier. He said, my God, my life would not have been the same. I said, why? He said, you know this thing that you are telling me and you are saying during the last session of your training. He said, I tell you no lie. I was classmates and roommates with Herbert Wigwe in UNN in year 3. Said we were both studying accounting. He said, do you know that one day in the darkness, because there was no power, Herbert said to him, Kingslow, he said, Habi, how now? He said, do you know that I am going to own a bank? He said to him, I beg ye, we have not even graduated to know what we are going to do. You are talking about owning a bank. He said it was only today, Fela, that you showed me that my mates are not the people in my class. They are the people who think the way I think. They are the people who are going where I'm going. That the fact that somebody is seated next to me does not mean that we are classmates. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? He said to me, he said, we both graduated on the same day. I didn't know that one of us graduated as a bank owner. The other one was graduating as a youth corps looking for a job. It was not long before time separated them, wheat from the chaff. Do you understand? That you are seated next to somebody now does not make them your mate. Oh. There are some people that are in school, but they are not students. They are leaders, only that they are in preparation. Then there are some people that are students. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Ask the person next to you, who do you think you are? I didn't say you should look at them and... Who do you think you are? Are you with me? I want to know who I'm seated by. Time is going to reveal it to me anyway. I will soon know who you are. Packaging or no packaging, I will soon know. Because I'm going to know where you are going because of the decisions that you will take in the direction of your future. Somebody understand what I'm saying? Let's move faster. The house that you built, that you are living in, is it an asset or a liability? Remember, anything you own, whether you acquired or inherited it, that takes money away from you and requires more money from you to maintain and sustain it, is a liability. The house that you built, is it an asset or a liability? Is a liability. Even though accountants may want to tell you that you can put it on your balance sheet as an asset, as long as you are not earning from it, the house that you built and you are getting rent from, is it an asset or a liability? So what happens is this: rich people have more rooms making money from them than the one they are consuming. Poor people have more rooms that they are living in than the number of rooms making money for them. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? So let's go to the next one. Now that we understand what a liability is, of course you can understand what an asset is. Asset. Next slide. An asset is what? Anything you own, whether you acquired or inherited it, that what? Oh, come on, talk to the person next to you. That what? And it has the ability to sustain itself, but more importantly, to multiply itself. So your car that you drive is a liability, no matter how beautiful it is. But your korope, or your Okada, or your bus, or your Uber, or your Bolt, that one is an asset. And you can own a liability and turn it into an asset simply by making sure that even though the car is the one that takes you to the office, on your way to the office, you use it as Uber. But you know the problem with too many black people like myself? Pride. How can I be an Uber? And yet many of them, when they travel abroad to go and relocate and live there, they find out that all of a sudden what they couldn't do in Nigeria is okay for them to do it. Look at the person next to you and tell them, Omo, you better be real. The truth about it is that there is nobody that can look down on a hardworking man. Did you hear me? So let's look at a few real assets and a few intangible assets. I'm just going to quickly share with you the next table. Cash is a tangible asset if that cash is in savings account. Your cash in current account is not an asset. Because to keep that money in a current account, money is leaving your hand and they're taking money away from you every month. Bank has something called maintenance costs, fees. Then there's COT. Then there are other charges because your money is sitting in a current account. But when your money is sitting in a savings account or a fixed deposit, that is an asset because it is getting you interest and you are able to roll over that interest. It is multiplying itself. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Furniture. The furniture you are sitting on in your house is not an asset. But the one that you have on rent, that you are using for events, that one is an asset. Plant and machinery. The television that you have in your house, that you are paying for GoTV or DSTV, is not an asset. If it is not earning you money, it is not an asset. Vehicles, we just talked about. The Bolt is an asset, but the car you are driving is not an asset. The building you are living in is not an asset, even if you own it. But the building that you are getting rental income from, or a factory that you have, that whether it is your plants that are in it or somebody else's plants, that is an asset. Stocks are assets. Things like computers. Some intangible assets include patents, logos, copyrights, brand value. Today, we have found out that one of the greatest ways to be able to earn sometimes is just to have a following. The more the number of people who know you as a brand, who know what you're doing, Shola Adesakin did something, showed us. All those people are not earning because of a particular skill set other than their brand. It's an asset. So it's not enough for you to know people. It's more important for people to know you. But it's more important for people to know you for what it is that provides value to them. Time does not permit me, and this is not the space I would have dug deep into brand value for you. Not everybody is a brand, but there are some people you cannot ignore their brand. Today, organizations have learned who is a brand and who is not. And now they are offering big time money for brands, personal brands. Let's go to the next slide, please. We're almost there. Is somebody getting something today? Tell the person next to you, or more, become a brand though. Please understand, being brand is different from being famous. You can be famous for nothing. You can be famous, people don't even know what you are famous for. And you can be famous for the wrong thing. But when you are a brand, people want to associate with you. They are willing to pay to associate with you. That's what makes a brand. It is your brand that puts you on billboards. It is your brand that fills rooms whenever you want to speak. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move. So let me put it this way. The rich people are the people who have more assets than liabilities, and a poor person is somebody who has more liabilities than assets. End of story. Has nothing to do with how much you are earning. Two people are earning the same salary. One of them is poor, the other one is rich. Same salary. I said to you a little while ago, poverty is now wearing Prada. We are seeing many poor people that are wearing expensive sunglasses, yet they have no vision. Ask them where they are going, they don't know. People are wearing expensive wristwatches, they don't even know what time or season their life is in. A lot of people wearing nice shoes, but they are going nowhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? Guys that are driving cars all over the place looking for fuel. If their car breaks down, they cannot afford the mechanic. Do you understand? It's not what you are driving that matters, it's what's driving you. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? So let's go to the second thing about the lifestyle of the rich and poor. Next. The poor acquire liabilities with their income. The rich acquire assets with their income. Can we do that together? 1, 2, 3, go. The poor and the rich. So that tells me we need to discuss something like, what is income? There are two kinds of earnings that anybody can have, no matter what stage you are in their life, in your life. The first one is what I call an income. An income is any amount of money that you make, but that earning requires your effort, your presence, and your labor. 5 minutes. Can I tell you one of the reasons why a lot of times I turn down speaking engagements? Because sometimes somebody asks you to come and speak for 30 minutes, but it takes you 3 hours to get there. You understand what I'm saying? And your time is very valuable. But then they say to you, you have only 30 minutes. Now, you have to respect the people who invited you because they have a program. But the challenge is that sometimes people put so many people on a program list, right? And then give everybody chukulu, chukulu, chukulu. And the person is not even able to even download. So I would respect their 5 minutes. Except they give me more time, I would respect it. Now listen to this, guys. I'm not asking for more time. I'm only saying if you give me, that's fine. Listen to this, guys. Listen. Listen. Are you ready? Pay attention. Some of the things I'm teaching you today, organizations pay me $15,000 to come and teach it. You understand? But the fact that you are getting it for free does not devalue it, but you may not get the value out of it depending on how you receive it. Do you understand? That something is free does not mean it doesn't have a cost. It's just not you bearing it. So don't ever think that free has no cost. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? So let's move fast. Any income that you make that requires your presence, your effort, and your labor is called an income. It is also known as sweat money, meaning that you have to sweat to earn it. But on the other hand, there is something that is called a return. And your return is any amount of money that you make that does not require your effort, your presence, and your labor. If you have a car that is being used as a boat, it is somebody else's effort, and time that you are using to earn that money. Do you understand where I'm coming from? No. Okay. I will not abuse. They just give me a bit of an extension. I will not abuse it. Thank you. Are you there? Any money that you can be asleep while you are making it is called sweet money. Any money you have to wake up to go and earn is called sweat money. One of the things that rich people do is they use their sweat money to invest in something that will produce sweet money. Then they use their sweet money to buy the liabilities that take money away from them, whilst the asset is still producing. Poor people will use their sweat money to go and buy liabilities. Then they will need more sweat to be able to maintain the liability that they bought. A rich person will take their sweat money, invest it, and then use the sweet money that comes from it to be able to cover their living expenses. Do you understand? And I know that a lot of times people think that, oh, but I'm only a student. Me tell a sweat and sing. Okay. They play. Bill Gates was only a student when he started Microsoft. They play. Just they play. House of Tara started when Tara was still a student. They play. T.Y. Bello started earning from makeup and photography as a Unilag student. Ali Baba started earning from comedy as a year 3 student. The first time Ali Baba made ₦1 million, at that time, he was a student. There. Don't define yourself by your ID card, though. The only thing unique to your ID card is not even your face, is your student number. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. In 2012, we did a research that showed at that time, not now, at that time, that the average expenditure of a student in university is 1,000 naira per day. At that time. So, what this means was that some students spend more, other students spend less, but on the average, it's 1,000 naira per day. Per day. How many students are there in Unilag? You don't know. You are not in this school. Come on, guys. Give me an idea. 18,000 okay. No, it's not up to 80. But it's not. Okay, somebody Google it now. Let me tell you something very quickly. Please listen to me. I don't know is the answer of a lazy man to a question that he does not have the information. Let me find out is how I raised these guys. Nobody is ever allowed to say in my home or in my office, I don't know. I'm not expecting you to lie. I'm only expecting you to find out.
In 2024, Unilag enrolled 57 students. 1,000, sorry.
In 2024, Unilag enrolled 57,000 students. Where is your source?
My source is Wikipedia and a bit of AI.
There is nothing that you are looking for that is not in your hand. Ignorance is the listen to me, the lack of knowledge is not what is our problem. It is ignorance. Look at the first, listen to this, guys. Look at the first 5 letters of the word ignorance. What does it stand for? Ignore. Everything you don't know is something you choose not to know. Don't ever tell anybody I don't know. Say, let me find out. That data that you have on your phone is not just for WhatsApp. It's not for TikTok. It is to be able to access data that enriches your capacity to deliver. 57,000 students were enrolled in 2024, according to Wikipedia, in Unilag, at 1,000 naira per day, times 57,000 students. How much is that? Come on, talk to me, people. 57 million naira wakes up in the morning looking for whose hand to go to every day in Unilag. The question is, why can't it find your hand? Every day. Yesterday's 57 million is different from today's 57 million. And yet, students are the largest population of people with the same demographic, same age, same needs, same everything. So if you can come up with a solution for one student, you will find possibly 20 to 30,000 students that have that same need. The challenge is not that you are broke. The challenge is that you have refused to find out what other people need. Because you are consumed by your own needs. You are not looking at what else somebody else needs. You are not seeing where they are paying. Every day, students are paying money. Even broke students that borrowed money still spend every day. If they can't spend their money, they will spend money from somebody else. Say, oh boys, I beg, buy me food. Who produced that food? Students are buying fruits. Who bought the fruits to campus? Students are making hair. Whose hand is making the hair? Students are buying clothes on this campus. Who brought the clothes in? Most of the time, because students are not entrepreneurial, they spend money on entrepreneurs who are leveraging the students, the population community. Do you understand? Every time you see a student see naira on their face like this, just come, stand up. Just stand up. Look around. Just look around. Can you see? Look at how much naira is in this room. Does somebody understand? Every student is a vault of money. But the question is that money coming into your pocket? What is it that they are buying today? Somebody here in this room can come and testify at LFC 4.0 that FD said, you know that you can buy only toothpaste and sell toothpaste on this campus, and all the students will know where to go and get toothpaste from. Do you know that you can be selling toothpaste and have distributors in every hostel? Because people must brush their teeth. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Listen to me. You can turn the money, your alawi, into an investment, and your investment can make so much money that you are sending money to your parents instead of collecting money from them. Somebody says sweat money. Somebody says sweet money. Which one do you think sweet pass? It's okay. So the question is, how much sweet money are you making this year? Let's go to the next one. We're almost done. Are you ready? The poor spend their income maintaining their liabilities. So they use their alawi to maintain their phone data. But they are not making money from their phone. The rich acquire and maintain liabilities from their returns. Somebody once said, if you ever have to go and borrow money to buy a phone, he said there's no wisdom that you can say into that phone. There's nothing that can come. You went to borrow money to buy a phone, except if you are using that phone to make money. Because a lot of people are wearing expensive weave on, but what is under is questionable. Because you are trying to impress somebody you don't know with money you don't have, that you are using to go into debt that is embarrassing you to impress somebody you don't know. You are running away from your debtor, but you are running to pose. As how now? Sorry, am I too hard on you? Are you still connected here? Which one are you going to do from today? Are you going to be on the left or on the right side? So tell somebody next to you, acquire and maintain your liabilities from the returns on your investment. Are you there? Let's go. Number 4. The poor set acquisition goals, but their acquisition goals are on liabilities. So what does this mean? Very simply, listen. Whenever you hear the prayers of a poor man, they are always to God to answer his request to get a liability. A poor man is always praying for something that he will need more prayers to maintain the thing. A rich man, on the other hand, prays for something that will produce thanksgiving in his life. consistently. So every time God answers the prayer of a poor man, it ends up in, oh God. Every time God answers the prayer of a rich man, it ends up in, thank God. Because when a rich man gets the answer from God, he uses it to write or produce something that is bringing more money. And he's just saying, Oluwa Esheun, hey, Oluwa Esheun. When you just open account, see deposit, bam, hey, Oluwa Esheun, thank you so much, Lord. But poor people will buy something and then they'll be saying, the thing will break down. They'll say, oh God, oh, hey, help me. A poor man is looking for a place to rent. And then when it is time to pay the rent again, he's going to say, oh God. A rich man is looking for a place to build so that he can rent. And every time his tenant pays the rent, what does he say? So ask the person next to you, are you an oh God or a thank God? Listen to your own prayer request, you will know. From tomorrow, check what you are asking God for. Some people are praying to be able to get visa to travel. The ticket money, they don't have an investment that is producing it. The money to spend abroad, they don't have an investment that will produce it. If God answers their visa prayers, the next thing now, oh God, how do I get ticket? Does somebody understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you one last one that I really want to get to. Some people, their goal is, Lord, I want to marry because of their wedding day vision. And they have seen it. And by the grace of God, one magbalekoi. The one you don't even know them. The people you are going to invite to your wedding, you don't know them. You are going to try to feed them. And you are going to have stacks of cake. 7, 8 tiers of cake for one day. You are going to have a big wedding. But a big wedding does not tell the kind of marriage you are going to have. I have a beautiful marriage by every standard in the world. Let me tell you how beautiful my marriage is. And I'm telling you this I pray that God will give my children my kind of marriage. And when I say that prayer, my wife says amen. You see, it takes two crazy people whose marriage are not working to pray that kind of prayer. Either that or your marriage is working. And when I pray that prayer, what do you guys say? Amen. He's still saying it now. It means that if my marriage was not working, this boy must be crazy to say amen that he wants to get a marriage that is not working in his life. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But my marriage, my wedding, there were only 20 people. 20 people when Tara and I got married. Small wedding, big marriage. Do you understand? I used my Volkswagen Jetta to carry my wife. I drove myself. Do you understand? Why do you want to go and start your marriage by borrowing somebody's car to take you to the place where you are going to make a promise forever? The car, you don't own it. I should calm down. Okay, sorry. All right, let me continue. Is it okay? Let's go to the next one. The poor save to spend on liabilities. So when they are saving, it is so that they can spend it on something that will take money away from them. In other words, somebody will work for 50 weeks to go on vacation for 2 weeks. By the time it comes back, only baths, beautiful clothes, everything, but no shishi. Save money to have a big wedding. And then and put pressure on the marriage. But when the rich set their acquisition goals or save to invest, they invest on what? Have we finished then? All right, like number 6. The poor spend first and try to save what is left. And usually, how much is that? I didn't hear you. But the rich always save first and then find a way to manage what it is that they have left over. Listen to this, please. Hear this. If you say that things have become expensive, it is true. If you say that, look, you are barely making enough, it is true. But I want you to know that there was a time you did not make as much as you are currently making now, and you didn't die. So listen to me. You should not grow according to your income. You should grow according to your returns. You want me to say it again? You should grow according to your returns, not your income. Save money first. There's something that you will learn. You will learn the wisdom of financial management after you have saved. Number 7. This is the one I like the most. Are you ready? The poor play today and but the rich pay today and are able to play tomorrow. When you see some of these travel agencies that say, don't worry, you can get a ticket and you pay later. What they are saying is play now. But then the rich are the ones that will deny themselves today so that they can earn something tomorrow and they can retire they're cool in their retirement. They're enjoying from their returns. The last thing I want to share with you on this lifestyle of the rich and poor is that the children of the poor inherit debt from their parents, but the children of the rich inherit assets from their parents. It's not every inheritance that people will take from you. Your children, if you don't give them something that is going to increase their life. Let me give you a true story. In 1999, a deacon in our church in House on the Rock, his name was Deacon Chris Adimora. He was the MD of First Bank at that time. Came to give a testimony in church. And Deacon Adimora came to thank our pastor at that time for praying with him in his time of crisis. So what was the crisis that Deacon Adimora faced at that time? Deacon Adimora was in his office on this fateful day when he received a notice by telephone that one of his clients had a heart attack. Immediately, Deacon Adimora went into panic. Why? Because the man was owing First Bank 900 million naira unsecured. Unsecured. So, Deacon Adimora, he couldn't sit down in his office. Quickly, he arranged for a flying plane, a private jet that would fly this man. He said throughout, as he was going to the airport, he was calling the pastor, please sir, please help me pray. This man must not die. This man must not die. This man must not die. Throughout the 6-hour flight to England, he was praying on this unconscious man. You will live. You will not die. You will live. Why? Because the man was owing 900 million to only First Bank, not other banks. Unsecured. Meanwhile, everybody knows that guy. If that guy had died, if you would have seen the number of people that would have come to his funeral would have been massive, but the cry of the children would have been more. So I want to ask you one question. I don't know whether you would please bear with me. It's a very important question. You will see how I started the question. But the question goes like this, Sheyi. God forbid, somebody even already say God forbid. God forbid that you should become financially incapable to earn. My question is, how long will it take for your family to beg for food? If you could not earn today from your time, your money, your sweat, how long will it take for your liabilities to wipe out your savings and your family begin to beg? Some people 3 months max. Some people 6 months. Some people maybe 1 year of savings. But there are some people who have invested. Their investment, their children cannot finish spending it. Their family is okay for life. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Now, why am I talking to young people and telling you the things that I tell older people? Why? Because most of the time, by the time I meet older people, they are saying to me, Fela, where were you? Where were you when I was younger? How come I didn't meet you then? And I always say, next slide, regret is tomorrow's recognition of the opportunities we missed today. Can we read it out together, please? Every day opportunity is passing by. One day maybe we'll now remember that. And I remember, and this thing happened to me. The only thing that I have found that is sadder than a man with regret is a man trying to explain why he failed. Because I found out a mathematical equation that I want you to write, please. Are you ready? Please write this mathematical equation. Failure plus explanation is not equal to success. Please write it down. Failure plus explanation is not equal to success. That you can explain to your children how bad the economy was does not make them more comfortable. That you can explain to your children why they had to take them out of school because dollar was 1,000 something something. That is not the same thing as keeping them in school. Please write this down. An excuse is a good reason for a bad result. An excuse is a good reason for a bad result. Many excuses are true, but no excuse is good. An excuse is a good reason for a bad result. An excuse can make you feel better about your failure, but it doesn't avert your failure. So listen to me. By the time you are 30, your future bank balance should not catch you by surprise. In 10 years' time, you should be able to determine what your own statement of net worth is. Because every opportunity to earn is already around you. If you choose not to earn whilst you're a student, one day you will look back and say, "Chai, like I did." I went to Obafemi Awolowo University. I wanted to study medicine, but I didn't like blood. And so my brother suggested that I should study computer science. I had no passion for computer science. Computer science had no passion for me. Both of us missed as many classes. Me, I will miss class. Class 2 will miss me. The day I show up, the lecturer does not show up. The day lecturer is there, me, I'm not there. Then there's a time when the lecturer will tell my colleagues, if Durotoye is not in class, next time, I will give you people a test. Then my colleagues will be begging me. God, this is true. They say, Fela, please come to class. We don't want to do tests. I graduated with a second class lower degree. My mother said it was because I was a genius. She said nobody in her lifetime that was as unserious as I was should have had the kind of degree I had. But listen to me. After I had graduated, I went to go and start, my youth corps in 1992. Somebody said, Che. In 1992, I started my youth corps in a company called Ventures and Trusts. It was a venture capital company. And cut the long story short, one day in 1994, I was asking, why are some of our business investments failing and some of them doing well. I was still asking that question, why? Why do businesses fail and succeed when I slept off on my mattress? I woke up the next day, got to my office, and I always get to the office very early, 7 o'clock I was there. My mom called me for the first time and said, I saw Professor Oribabo, the Dean of Administration and the head, he was co-dean and head of accounting. He said, Professor Oribabo said I should ask you, do you want to do an MBA? It was like as if it was a hallelujah moment. Hey. So I said, this is the thing that will tell me why businesses fail and succeed. The problem was I was already earning very well. I was sending money to my mother at home. So the problem is, as I'm going back, it's a full-time program. And because it's a full-time program, how am I going to earn? It was the first time that I was going to now think as a student that I have to find a way to earn money. So I started thinking, what is it that students need? What do they need? What do they need? What do they need? My first instinct went to something that I used to like a lot, cutting hair. Every week I must go and cut my hair with barbers. My mother said to me one day, "O ti pon mi fun baba to, o ye ki wo gan set up barbing shop." Meaning you have pon mi fun baba, meaning you have given baba so much money that maybe you too you should collect money from barbing. So I remembered what my mom said years before. Then I decided I was going to go and get a store in the new bukateria of Obafemi Awolowo campus. Just a few weeks before school opened, I decided I was going to try and build a store for barbing. On this day, I went, because my parents are lecturers on Obafemi Awolowo campus. So I went home, and as I was driving, I saw a friend of mine. His nickname at that time was called Okito. Okito was a bad boy that had many extra years at that time. So I saw Okito. As I stopped to pick Okito, Okito was my classmate before, but he was now years after. So I saw Okito. Okito, how now? He said, "You are going to campus. What's happening?" I said, "No, I'm coming to do my MBA." He said, "On this campus at this time? Fela shop will make sense." I said, "I want to do it." He said, "Okay." So I said, "Okito, please now tell me, what are students needing on this campus?" Okito said, let me tell you what it is that I know that people will pay for. I said, "What is it?" He said they will pay for a standard pool size table. I said, I don't even play pool. He says, "No, I didn't say you should play pool. I said you should have the table." I said, "What?" He said, "It doesn't matter whether you can play pool or not, because you are not going to make money from the pool that you play. It is other people that are playing on your table that you make money from." I heard hallelujah. For 2 years, between 1995 and 1997, when I finished, listen to me, I was making from my pool table alone about 2,300 naira per day. I will put it in context for you. You say, how much is that? The most expensive meal on Obafemi Awolowo campus at that time was from a Chinese restaurant called Banwil. Anybody know Banwil? At that time, a 3-course meal for 2 people in Banwil, 3 course. You have soup, you have main course, then you have dessert. Cost 80 naira. So that's the most expensive meal on campus. So understand when I say to you, from table alone, I'm not talking about drinks. I'm not talking about the suya that I was selling. From table alone, I was making 2,300 naira per day. My mother did not know where fuel was getting into her car for 2 years that I was on campus. Every week, I would go to Leventis. My mother would say, "Oh, today, one more. Me oti pari the last one." I spoilt my mother rotten because I owned an asset that was producing money for me. Where did I get the money? Ventures and Trust gave me 46,000 naira. when I was leaving, they had been saving the money for me from my salary. So when I was leaving, they gave me the 46,000. But a pool table was 96,000 naira. So, like somebody said, I think it was the MC, I went to go and meet my uncles. I wrote the names of all the ones that I had. They don't have to be my biological uncle. As long as I call you uncle, you're in trouble. And I went to go and meet them and I said, Uncle, I'm going to do my MBA. They said, congratulations. I said, thank you, sir. I said, I came with an option of collecting some money now to fix a shop that will give me money whilst I'm on campus, or coming to meet you every month to give me an upkeep. My uncle said, how much do you need? The one that will give me 10,000 will give me 10,000. The one that will give me 20,000 give me 20,000. I took my mother's old freezer. I went to go and relay it. That was how we got a freezer. The two air conditioners that we had in that shop were air conditioners that my uncle had that had broken down, and he had thrown them out. I went to refurbish them. I don't know whether somebody understands. Listen to me. By 6 p.m., over 200 people would have written their names down to play pool on my table that night at 20 naira per person. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Guys, please hear me. There is wealth that is flowing around you. The earth is the Lord's. The word is present continuous. It never changes. So it's not like the earth was the Lord's. Now it has been given to... And the fullness thereof also means is full. Always. What did I tell you? Listen to me. The earth is always full. It is just that the earth does not always yield its increase. If you are not blowing now, it is not because the economy is not growing. I am telling you. Now, some people will say to you, what are you talking about? Do you know? Listen, you can either, let me tell you, there are 4 things that you can do in any economy. Whether you are in Nigeria, you are outside Nigeria. You can complain, you can cry, you can criticize, or you can contribute. To contribute value simply means making sure that you find somebody that has a problem and you're solving it. I need 5 people here. 5 people. Value chain. 5 people, only 5, only 5, only 5. Only 5, please. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. My sister. Will you allow somebody to touch you, to hold you? Not even put your hand here. Okay, thank you. You're my guy, you know. All right, listen to this. Are you ready? Guys, I want to show you the most important thing that I came to tell you. Every time a solution is found to a problem, value is created. All right? What's your name?
Aisha.
No. What's your name?
Value.
No. What's your name?
Solution.
Every time a solution is created, what happens?
Value is created.
You understand this? Every time value is created, wealth is given as a reward. It may not be given when the value was created. It may not be given where the value was created. But I promise you, wealth will always come as a reward to value. And if you can maintain, multiply, and manage your finances well, the wealth, like Paul will teach you, you will enter into prosperity. Does somebody understand what I'm saying? So this is, but listen to this. But the value that is attached to the solution is dependent on the problem that the solution bends. You understand? I'm not going to ask what's your name, David. I don't want anybody to call you problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now listen to this. This is the most important thing I want to tell you. Every time a problem exists, but there is no value, No solution, sorry. What's going to happen? No value. What's going to happen? No wealth. What's going to happen? No, prosperity turns into poverty. Go and look at everywhere people are poor. You see many problems that they are not solving. They will not have power. There will be school, but they will be out of school. There will be lecturers, but the lecturers are angry with the students. The students are angry with the lecturer. There is high crime. There is bad road. There is no hospital. There will be hospital, no doctor. There will be. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? So there may be problems, and if you don't solve them, poverty will rave the place. But if you can only find a solution to the problem, what will happen? And what will happen? And what will happen? Thank you. So, last story. In 2005, I was in my office and I read a simple I read a newspaper that said on the cover of it, 86.4% of students that sat for NECO failed. And I thought, what? They said 1,018,000 students sat for NECO, 968,000 of them failed. So I thought it was only gist. I was about to flip the page when I heard God say to me, those are not statistics, they are broken dreams. And if you don't fix those dreams, they will soon become a nightmare to everyone. So I thought, okay, what do I do? The first thing that happened was I stayed in my office for 3 days. I did not go home. And I wrote a 38-page document called RAISE, Revive Academic Excellence in Our Schools and Educational Institutions. That document was taken by my friend Lanre Olushola and presented to the Minister of Education at that time, who was wondering how many people came together to write that document. The next thing that happened was that I heard God say to me, I want you to write a book. I said, Lord, I'm not an academician. 2005, this young man had just been born. I said, I don't know anything about education. He said, no, your gift is leadership. So write a leadership book that teaches students how to achieve academic excellence. I said, I don't know how to do it. He said, I will teach you. So I said, okay. And I received a breath of air every morning from December 26, 2005, all the way till 6th of January 2006. And God will be dictating the thing to me. I'll be typing. In fact, one day, Tara came into my study whilst I was typing, and I was crying. And she said, why are you crying? I said, oh, Oguche's father has just died. She said, who is Oguche? That's when I remember that, oh my God, Oguche is a character in the book. I was so embedded in the book as God was dictating it to me that I was crying when I was reading. I was typing as I was hearing. So 9 months later, September 6, 2006, I took the book to the printers, paid 960,000 naira to be able to get 500 copies. Almost 2,000 naira per copy. The printer was very good to me. He gave me 1 extra copy. As soon as I received the copies, I knelt down to pray on the books, and I heard God say to me, give out all 500. Immediately with iron, I started to rebuke the spirit of the devourer. I say, you will cast out. He says, my friend, keep quiet. There are 2 things that Satan can never advise you, not even as a joke. He can never tell you to give your life to Christ, and he can never tell you to give. Because he knows that as you give, he will come down, good measure, pressed down, shaken together. So for 2 years, I was giving out 500 copies of a book called 17 Laws at that time of Academic Excellence. I didn't sell a copy. By 2007, 2008, I had only 1 copy in my office and 1 copy at home. Then I went to one of my clients in Intercontinental Bank because I used to handle their customer service strategy. And the lady said to me, I hear you have a miracle book that is changing the lives of students everywhere. I said, eh. She said to me, yes, I have heard 3 of my colleagues tell me about what your book has done in the life of their children. That they said that it's not only their results that is changing, it is also the attitude of the students. She then asked me a question. She said, please, can I have one copy? I said, I'm sorry, I don't have any copy left. Immediately I said that, I heard in my spirit, you have one copy left. Does anybody understand why? How many copies did the printer give me? 500 and how many copies was I supposed to give out? How many copies did I have left? I had one at home and one in the office. So I still had one copy left. So I called the office. I said, bring the copy that is with him. As soon as the lady got the book, she said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is the kind of thing we should be giving to our students that have accounts with us. Not this one that we give them umbrella in the time of Harmattan. I said, she said, how much is it? I have not sold any. So I quickly tapped into the Spirit. I said, Holy Spirit, tell me how much. I had 2,500. You know, it cost me almost 2,000 to produce one. So I was thinking, Holy Spirit, thank you for teaching me how to profit. Immediately I said to the lady, 2,500. She said, only, if you see as I was eyeing the she said, please, can I have 5,000 copies? I said, what? She said, if you give me your invoice tonight, I will credit your account with 60%. That night, I received 7.5 million naira out of 12.5 into my account. Listen. Pay attention. The next morning, the PA of the MD of Fidelity Bank, at that time, Reginald Ihejahi, called me and said, Oga said that book that you sent to him, that apparently the student, his cousin or nephew that he gave it to, has been doing amazing things. He said, he wants to buy 1,000 copies to give out to people in his village. I was like, yeah? He said, how much? I said, 2,500. He said, is this that same your account? I said, yes. Before 1 hour, I had 2.5 million credited into my Fidelity account. I'm still dazed, like trying to figure out, oh my God, what's going on here? Then the wife of the MD of GT Bank called me, Deni Agbaje. She said, Fela, my brother, Joe, do you still have the copies of the book that you gave to my friend and I, Eniton Rewani? I said, tell me what's happening. She said, you can't even imagine what that book has done in my children's lives. She said, I was telling Shegun, who is her husband, Shegun Agbaje, I was telling Shegun about this thing. Shegun said, Guarantee Trust Bank adopts schools. Maybe we should buy the book and give it to the students. So Guarantee Trust Bank bought 2,000 copies. So now I had 8,000 orders. And yet, not one book on ground. Whilst I'm trying to figure out where am I going to print this 800, I got a call that I should come to Ibadan at the request of the then governor, Akala. So I went on the day that they were having their state executive council meeting. Governor Akala asked me a question. Do I know you? I said, no, sir. We've never met. He said, good. He said, are you from this state? I said, no, sir. I'm from Ekiti State. He said, I just want the people to know I'm not doing you a favor. He went on to tell the story of how one of the books that I had given out, I packaged a copy to all 36 governors. I didn't follow up. One of the copies that they got, Governor Akala's ADC saw that it was a children's book, took the book and gave it directly to Governor Akala's daughter. The girl used to be at the back of the class. In one term, the girl moved to the middle of the class. By the next term, the girl moved to the top of the class. Then the father asked her, how did you do it? Said, the book you gave me. He said, what book did I give you? Brought out the book. The ADC said, sir, I'm the one that gave it to her. He said, okay, give it to your sister. The sister used to come in the middle of the class. By the next term, she came first. Governor Kala said, listen, if this book can do this for my children, I want a copy for every child that is going to take NECO in 2009. Then he asked the Commissioner for Education, how many students are sitting for NECO? The commissioner said 48,150. He said, I want a copy for every one of them. Then the commissioner said, sir, but their teachers are going to collect the book. He said, how many teachers are there? I said, 5,000. He said, then 53,000 copies. Then he now asked me, how much? Now, because I only heard from the Holy Spirit 2,500, I didn't care whether I was going to pay taxes, whether I was going to be government, whether I was going to have advance payment guarantee, and all of those kind of things. It didn't matter. All that mattered to me was this is what the Holy Spirit told me, And I said to him, 2,500 naira, sir. Guess what he said? Only. That's how we sold 53 copies, 1,000 copies, that came to 125 million. And on the day that we sold that book, God asked me to check what was the exchange rate. And at that time, it was 125 naira to $1. And God told me, you just made your first $1 million. Listen. Since that time, Anambra State, Rivers State, Ogun State, Lagos State, Abia State, Plateau State, I can go on and on, have ordered books. Was I trying to make money? I wasn't trying to make money. I was only trying to solve a problem. Does somebody understand? I was trying to create value. You cannot create value and ever be broke. Stop looking for a job, look for work. Work is the platform through which you create value. Job is just something that somebody will reward you for finishing school. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is no job, but there is work. Tell the person next to you it's time to be a solution provider. Guys, I hope that I have shared with you the master key. There is no excuse to be broke. You are already gifted. You are already blessed. The one who has the silver and the gold is the one who made you in his image and likeness. How dare you be broke? So somebody understand it? Is somebody understand it? Put your hand on your head, whatever your religion. If you can't, put it on your heart. Begin to speak. Ask God, open my eyes to see problems that I already carry the solution within. 57,000 students, not speaking about the people outside this campus, have needs, some of which you are the solution. Every time you solve those problems, the people will pay you. Nigeria has too many problems. Each one of them is an opportunity. Don't complain. Contribute to the solution of that problem. The problem is that all of us are waiting for only government to solve the problem. That's why government is the only one making money. People can't pay taxes because they are not earning. The greatest blessing on your life is the solution to a problem that other people are facing. Somebody getting it? So I ask in the name of Jesus Christ, the name that I know that guarantees an answer, that each and every single person under my voice, the sound of my voice, that the eyes of your understanding will be enlightened. That you will understand and know the hope to which God has called you, even on this campus. That you would understand the incredible riches that is inside you. The solutions that you have the capacity to package and partner with others to deliver. And that you would understand the power that is already working for you. That same power that is called desire in the hearts of others. You will have the ability to translate that desire into demand. And you will have the ability to meet that demand. You will earn well. You will be profitable. You will multiply your finances until all of us in this nation are prosperous. The Bible says, when the righteous prosper, the entire city rejoices. Your prosperity will make Lagos, and wherever it is that you are resident, you will make that place rejoice. Because your prosperity will come because you solve the problems that the city has. This is my gift and my pouring unto you. Now go forth and reveal the billionaire that you are carrying inside. God bless you. May God bless Golearn. May God bless the University of Lagos And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I love you guys. Thank you so much.